Shalom, I'm Micah Hancock with All Israel News. The issue of settler violence is once again in the news amid reports of repeated attacks on Palestinian, Arab, and Bedouin communities in Judea and Samaria. While much of the media reporting on these attacks gives the impression that the incidents of violence are being done by Israeli settlers in general, many incidents have involved a movement referred to in Israel as the Hilltop Youth. In recent years, and especially following the outbreak of the October 7 Gaza war, the number of violent incidents and confrontations between the Hilltop Youth and the Palestinian and Bedouin Arabs in Judea and Samaria have increased dramatically. Some of these incidents are due to inflamed racial tensions following the October 7 attacks, while others come from the ideology of the Hilltop Youth movement. The Hilltop Youth, as the name implies, are a group of young people, almost entirely males, in the settler movement, living here in Judea and Samaria. While the core belief of the Israeli settler movement is the need to settle the land that was promised to them by God in the scriptures, most settlers follow legal routes to do this, attempting to avoid confrontation with the local Arab communities, establishing settlements under Israeli law. The Hilltop Youth, on the other hand, use confrontational means, often establishing illegal outposts next to Palestinian, Arab, or Bedouin communities. They engage in provocative behavior, including entering the Arab communities and sometimes forcing their way into the homes or other properties. In the last couple of years, this has brought them into conflict with Israeli authorities. The group is not a highly organized movement, and leadership is based on the area where one lives. They often engage in confrontational and inflammatory behavior. However, this is oftentimes a response to violence by Palestinians in Judea and Samaria, which is not reported in the news. Recognition of this fact, however, does not mean overlooking the illegal behavior of the Hilltop Youth and the fact that they often use racist and inciting language. The stated goal of many of the Hilltop Youth leaders is to drive out the Palestinian and Bedouin communities from Judea and Samaria. This is both illegal and impractical. It is increasingly causing problems for the government of Israel as well, especially in relation to Western countries and the countries in the Abraham Accords. While the government of Israel needs to address this problem seriously, including making sure that those that are arrested for violent incidents are prosecuted to the full and extent of the law and given appropriate punishment, it could be that the answer to the situation lies in the text of Scripture, specifically in the prophet Ezekiel. In Ezekiel 47, speaking of the distribution of the land of Israel in the Messianic kingdom, God tells Ezekiel that the land should be given to the resident alien who lives among the people of Israel. You shall divide this land for yourselves according to the tribes of Israel, and you shall allocate it as an inheritance for yourselves and for the resident alien dwelling in your midst who have children in your midst, so that they will be just like full citizens among the Israelites. With you they shall be allotted an inheritance in the midst of the tribes of Israel, and then in the tribe in which the resident alien who lives among you dwells, you shall give his inheritance, declares the Lord Adonai. That's in Ezekiel 47, 21 through 23. This has been Micah Hancock with All Israel News. Please subscribe to this channel and visit us at allisraelnews.com for more trustworthy coverage of the news from Israel and the Middle East.